Yeah. Yeah. She made the man change a lot of things. Since I come here. Also, you will love her. You join me now, she? Yeah, I'm joining. MJ is on our way too. Okay, let me just see. Let's introduce this one and we'll introduce the audio. The Whispers. Sabi Your Right. Hi, I'm Favour, and I had the privilege of being part of the Tech for Democracy project, which was sponsored by Action Aid and carried out through Responsible Humanity Foundation. It's really had an impact on me because through radio stations, we were able to broadcast different issues that we had in society. We brought them to light, and we had amazing presenters like Iberi and Dara who were able to really bring out these issues and address exactly what needs to be spoken on them without resulting in too much backlash in the society. We talked about the best ways to combat them. We had different guests come into the studios and share their own views, and it was really an eye opener for me because I got to experience many things that I wouldn't have if I was just at home. I met new people. One of the most interesting episodes for me was the sign language episode where we had two sign language instructors, the struggle that the deaf are going through, how they are also human beings and they shouldn't be belittled or forgotten in society. So I would just like to thank Responsible Humanity Foundation, thank Action Aid Organization for everything for the 6 months. I'm so sad that it has come to an end, but at least even though it was a very short time period, we're able to achieve a lot. I know that many people out there today have seen that feminism is not really something that we should shy away from, or even humanism. Everybody is a human being and should be treated as such. I just want to thank everybody so much. I look forward to working with this far in the future. Thank you. Okay. Okay.
Morning, my name is Jim. I'm one of the media committee for Whisper Humanity Organization. My work experience with Whisper is been fulfilled. When I joined Whisper, I met a lot of people, started mingling with people that I never thought I would like to mingle with, like non-binary subculture. I got to know them better to understand their points of view. For my colleagues, one of who is a mentor in photography and videography. He's one of the kind. Opposite Chico, she's like, oh, I don't know how to explain this now. She's good. As our boss, a dick of support. She's something else. When it comes to work, she works with you, not minding any form of relationship. But when it comes to like hangouts, you play with her. I think that's okay with the issue. That is kind of work experience I've had with this person. And our radio presenters, Didi and Iber, are very friendly. The power aspect, they are very friendly. One of the kind. I thank those person for giving me this opportunity. Thank you very much. Unable to listen.
Hi guys, it's Lucy Chico from Whisper to Humanity, and we've been on your radio since July. That's a long time ago, right? We've talked through a lot of things, had our ups and downs, and many. Working on this has been both challenging, fun, and interesting. You know, seeing other people's perspectives and watching people slowly unlearn certain things have been fun. I love the participation from you guys. I love the interaction, the support, the growth. It's all thanks to you. I hope that you all learned as much as I did. We had people who disagreed with us, we had people who understood us, and people who grew from listening to us. And for all of you who participated, I'm grateful. I want to especially thank our presenters, Iberi and for the wonderful work they've been doing. Because it is not a joke to be committed to something for every week for 6 months. Thank you guys for making it fun and interactive. Thank you for the past 24 weeks. Thank you to Action Aid for Democracy Funding for making this possible. And I hope to be back someday, sometime to interact with you guys again. Bye.
Hello, everyone. My name is Didi, and I'm the host of the Whispers Empowered Show on Boss Radio 98.9 FM Owerri. Well, it's been an amazing journey. The Whispers Show started exactly on July 23rd, 2022. And I must say, it's been fun, it's been entertaining, informative. I mean, I've had the opportunity to meet amazing people on the show. I've had the opportunity to talk about different topics, and on the show, I've learned diverse new things. And I'm glad I met Mary Jacobs and Osichukwu. They've been amazing humans. The Whispers Empowered show has opened my eyes to a lot of things, and I must say that Mary Jacobs is doing an amazing job. I'm glad to be part of the Whispers family. So keep it up, Whispers to humanity. Continue doing what you're doing. I wish you greater heights come 2020. I love you guys. Love you guys so much. Osichukwu, I love you. Mary Jacobs, I love you. Oma, I love you. And every other member of the Whispers family, I love you all so much. And I want to also say thank you to our amazing listener. Thank you for always being a part of the show. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for sending your messages. And thank you for always making the Whispers Empire show worth a while. I love you guys so much. Thank you for your support and your commitment.
Hi, my name is Omachi Ed. I am one of the media person for Whisper to Humanity. I must confess that since we started this journey of Whispers Empowerment and Whispers Sabi Your Right since July, it has been wonderful projecting to the audience what they need to know about their rights as humans, not as a particular gender. The Whispers Empowered has broadened my knowledge in my skills and also create opportunity to meet amazing people like Mary J. Iberu, Didi, Favor, Ozichukwu, Izuna, and lots more whom if I keep mentioning, we may spend hours. I want to thank Whisper to Humanity for the great opportunity. Also, I can't skip the Grandmaster Action who is behind the success of this project. A special thank you to Action for seeing this vision with us and taking a bold step to make it work with your huge support. Thank you very much, and we hope that we keep doing this until we get to the ends of the world and make everybody in our society understand that humans are human despite the difference in gender or in situation of life. Today I can say we have reached over 20,000 people in Imo State, enlightening them about their rights, humanity, stereotypes in different faces, violence against persons, law, and lots more. I just want to say a big thank you once more to all my team members and every other humans that contribute to the success of this project. Thank you very much, and I hope to work with you in the nearest future. Abi, you know what work with me? I mean, actually, because you see, these few times we don't work with each other. Everything is soft, it go, it is soft, back to back to back to back.
My name is Ebere Kali Akalona, also known as Iberi. I'm on air personality on the show called Sabi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM, Owerri, Imo State, Nigeria. It was quite an interesting journey being on the show. I'm glad I did because it gave me the opportunity and, of course, Whisper to Humanity the opportunity to enlighten Imolites on their right. It was very engaging because most of the communities here in Imo State are void of the knowledge, what is obtainable to them of their right, yet some of them pay for some benefits that they should get, and obviously being given, but they were not getting it. So it was a huge privilege to be part of a team that's to limelight this cause. And I would say that at the end of the day, we were able to reach out to the government of Imo State. We were able to also reach out to the 27 local governments, speaking to them about their rights and their privileges and showing them that it's possible to hold the government accountable every step of the way. We have the election coming very soon, and I'm very sure that with all of the topics that we did handle on air, from changing the education learning space through the less privileged in the society, took with the girl child, sexual abuse, a lot of things were dealt with. And we also looked at the injustice in the taxation system and what we should do come in this new election year 2023 and how people should hold government accountable to the basic amenity that is supposed to be provided. So in all, it was an interesting journey. I love being on it. And thank you so much, Humanity, for the opportunity that you gave me. I hope that we'll be able to do that again. Thank you.
2022 was an amazing year, and it was an exciting year to learn and, of course, to unlearn in Whisper to Humanity. Quest to change the narrative, building innovative approaches to bring gender gap and building capacity. We did lots of work in 2022, a lot of work that we are very proud of, that I am personally very proud of myself and, of course, the team for the passion and all the investment we put to make it come to life. I would just sincerely want to appreciate Passionate Tech for Democracy Project that funded the Whispers Empowered and the Whispers Sabi Your Right, which were our signature projects for 2022, involving radio capacity building that was reaching young people beyond the cities, but also in the rural areas. It was an exciting experience. We have learned a lot from one that has empowered us and strengthened us for greater plans for 2023. I would love to appreciate the entire Whisper team for the selfless service to humanity. Appreciation to the presenters for owning the process and loving every bit of what happened. We cannot say it enough, but your efforts and your involvement brought the Whispers Empowered and the Whispers very powerful life. And to all of you listeners, you were with us all through 2022, and we are planning for another amazing year in 2023. My email campaign is still very much on. The Whisper app is at your service. Our Whisper games is still available, and a lot more. Trust me, a lot more that I can't say enough. I hope that you find reasons to stay in touch with Whisper, that you find reasons to connect with us as we go through this journey for a better society, for a better future for humanity. Please stay in touch, connect with Whisper on all our social media platforms, connect with us in every way possible. If you're in a word, don't forget to be at your neighborhood, and we have an amazing space you can hang out, also use for your small events. And I'm so super, super, super excited for 2023, and as we go through this holiday and look forward to a new year, I hope that we all have the will to face the year and be able to go through this journey. My name is Mary Jacob Augusta, the executive director of Whisper to Humanity, and thank you for the love as we keep whispering equality to humanity.
The Whispers. Sabi Your Right. Wow, that was a long listen, and I hope that you enjoyed every bit of it. Good afternoon. Welcome to another edition that happens to be tearfully, sorrowfully, sadly, the last edition of Whisper to Humanity Sapi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM. And I'm your girl, E. Berry, wishing you all the goodies of this season. It's a new year, so happy new year. Yep, the fifth day in the month of January 2023. It sounds really good to say that 2023. You are alive. Amazing. So well, of course it's another beautiful edition, but this happens to be the last edition. I'm sure you've been wondering why are they saying all these things? Why are they telling us goodbye? Who is going away? Who's not going away? Who's staying? What's happening? Hey, it's the last edition of Whisper to Humanity, Sabi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM. It's been an amazing ride all the way, hasn't it? And I'm sure that you have something to say about it. So today, we're going to do a recap of all that we have done on the show, and we'll also allow you to let us know whether we have done well low or we have not done well. We really want to hear your voice today. So if you're out there listening, please relax, right? We're not biting you.
And no matter what you say to us, we will still hug you and give you a kiss and a pat on the back, all right? So just feel free. Tell us what you feel about the show. Sabi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM. We come here every other Thursday, enlightening you on your rights, talking to you about the things we think or we feel you should know. Actually, things you should actually know, not like we feel. It's not a feeling thing. You should actually know these things, right? We brought them to you. We broke them down. We brought guests to the studio. They shared, in total with you so that you are enlightened, and then you're able to hold government and all of our leaders accountable to the things that are due to you. And we hope that you're grateful about all the steps that we have taken so far right here on the show. Okay, so here's the part where you get to let us know how far the show has, how good or how well the show has been to you. If you've learned anything on the show, if you followed us, even if it's just an edition, you just came across the show, I heard some two girls talking or just one lady talking on there. I'm sure you have something to say. And I'd like to hear your voice. Most of all, it's a new year, yeah? Okay, the number to call is 0811 Again, 0811 Okay, and basically, you had everybody who had been on the show. From of course, we had like two different shows on air. So some of the other was somewhere else, and of course, we were here with you. So you heard the whole family, the entire family. That is the papa, mama, and children, all in one, telling you goodbye. Yeah, and it's been an amazing experience here on Whisper to Humanity show on the station, right? I've really enjoyed myself. Probably the fact that I've been off air for like 5 years or more, So I mean, coming back on Whisper Chimanti was like voila, what you've been dreaming of has happened. So okay. So while I'm waiting for your call, I remember we looked at changing the literacy learning space right here, where we had some teachers in the studio. If you remember, we had proprietors, I think, yeah, like some school people come talk to us about what it is, what has been, and what should change, and what they are doing specifically to change the scene. And we said, hey, remember that the children that are coming to you or the children that are under you are human beings as well. All right. They have their feelings, they have their rights, they have their, so treat them as such and give them the enabling environment to learn and to grow. Never shush a child, never stop a child from learning. You know, I remember an example where somebody said, it wasn't like it actually happened, yeah, that this kid was so bright and he would usually answer questions so much they before they ask his hands up, I know, excuse me, can I answer and all that. I'm like, and then the teacher was like, this kid is too bright for these other children. So next time when I ask the question, don't raise your hand, let other children, answer. It's okay to say give other people the opportunity to answer, or maybe ask them first and then come back to the guy and ask. But if you start saying, hey, don't talk because you know it all, you are giving that child a perception that he or she, you know, may need to come tone down on their brilliance or brilliancy or their brightness. Tone down on, yes, we know but just tone down a bit, and you limit that child. So while we discuss that topic, basically, from my thinking, I feel that we do not have dull children. We don't have what you call it, olodos. No, we don't. We don't. We only have irresponsible teachers because every child has a way of learning. Every student have their own way of learning. Some graphics, like we discussed on the air. Some, by reading, they allow you to read and then they assimilate, they comprehend. Some of them like to do it themselves. They read, the whatever. Some of them, maybe a little drama, can drive the point for the home. So it's the responsibility now of the teacher or whoever is rolling with these children to look for the best way possible. I know you cannot do that for every child, but it's also important that you know every child. Yeah, that's why they're under your care. It's also very important for you to, be able to know as a teacher, you know that okay, this one is smart, you can improve. Okay, this one is a bit slow. How can I help this child improve? You know. So I remember we talking about that and we set the record straight that there is no dull child. They learn differently. So it's a responsibility of a teacher to see how best to drive your point or that lesson home for the child to grasp. So yeah, I'm not in the studio alone. Of course, I have the smartest, brilliant, amazing, beautiful Ozzy Chiku. Ozzy Chiku is here in the studio
And
with
she's
me.
trying to know how to set this camera that
Aye,
those online will understand
aye,
that she's here too.
aye. Look at that. Amazing.
Okay,
Uh,
this works.
amazing.
I think this works.
Uh-huh.
Okay, yeah.
Amazing. Good job. Happy New Year. You know, she was trying to bully me. Oh. I sent you a New Year message and you didn't respond. Nee, I'm sorry. Yeah.
But you didn't
I'm
respond now.
apologizing to the whole, I mean, before the whole 1 year.
You
So
didn't
that
respond now. So
happy New Year.
same to you. I love how you said they are not dumb students.
Mm-hmm.
They are responsible teachers.
Yes.
But I don't think it's irresponsibility in the sense of it. I think it's
Okay.
our system of education.
Okay.
Because you have this, if you're this age, enter pre nursery, crèche, nursery, primary.
Mm.
Primary school is 6 years. If you're an olodo,
Mm.
you repeat classes.
Mm.
Secondary school 6 years. University, depending on your course, 4, 5, 7 years. It's
Mm.
like it is mapped out.
Mm.
And if you don't fit into this category,
Mm.
you're an olodo.
Mm.
If someone says, right, someone says, I don't want to go to university, they are seen as your life is not complete. Forgetting that the people you want to copy,
Mm.
the Westerners, you want to copy. No, how Filipinos that not go to universities.
Mm.
After college, you see them going to find their lives. Some of them take years off before they even go to the college. Do you understand?
Mm.
Some teachers will tell you that after all, I'm not paid enough for this. I feel like teaching is a passion.
Yeah.
If you don't like you said the mic is your baby. We're talking before we came on air, and you said the mic is your baby.
Yeah.
I feel like if people don't think teaching is my baby, you will not know to differentiate how certain students learn. When the students kept reiterating it, kept saying it over and over again. People learn through their peers. People learn there are different systems of learning, which is why we talked about learning through play.
Yeah.
I don't know if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
We talked on learning through play. We talked on inculcating creativity. The four walls of a classroom is too limited.
But we're actually on the same page. That's why I said it is the part of the teacher now to find out what's the best way to pass his or her lesson across. It's still the same thing. You know, I can't conclude on a child that is under me.
True.
Oh, this one cannot learn. He's
True.
so. So I just tag the child. And once you give a child that tag, it's difficult for you to want to bend to help that child.
Exactly.
Right? So it's the responsibility now. If they like, let them bring a child that's supposed to be in primary 2 and give you in primary 6. How best can you help? If you have that kind of mindset, like she said, passion for the job. If we have lecturers that are passion for their jobs and not after money, you know, we won't have the issue of take this one and go and read. If you don't pay 5,000, you will not pass this course. All those things will be gone because this lecturer is passionate about seeing his or her students, yes, become the best. You know, when I was in when I started media, yeah, I was still in my final year when I joined radio. You know, I heard a lot. You know, if some mass comm students are listening, I was more like an example. You know, I don't see Iberi now. She's working in a radio station. You know, they were giving an example, but at that time, I hadn't paid my final year school fees. at that time I was going through a lot of challenges, like training myself in school, doing a lot of
Exactly.
things for myself. I had to push myself, not because any lecturer pushed me.
And those students will be like, "Oh, you're comparing me to Iberia.
Do you
What is
understand?
gonna be
So you're
used?"
like, but the truth is, babe, I had to look for a way. I had to survive. I had to push myself. Do you understand? It wasn't because anybody told me, "Oh, you can do this, go." In fact, as I was going, they say, "How are you going to combine this? Are you crazy? Would this thing work? Do you want to? Do you want to?" And that was all I heard. So, what am I trying to say? A teacher or lecturer, whoever you are, as long as you have people's children under you, number one, if you're passionate about the job,
Yes,
you're good to go.
you're good to go.
Number two, if you take those children as your own biological children, I know that nobody, can take care of other people's children as much as the owner of the child can take care of the child. But if you have the mindset of a parent over these children, this one na my pikin, na my
Exactly.
child.
Exactly.
What can I do for this child to make sure that this child turns out better? How, I know this child is not doing well. It will be a cause of concern for you. You'll be bothered about it. And not feeling like, okay, because it's not doing well, now this is the opportunity to fail the child and collect money. You repeat this class, you this, you that. No, 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 no.
In one of our school clubs, we saw our school clubs in various public and private secondary schools in Imo State and other states actually. I had a teacher say once, if Ngopwala
Yeah.
is Miriam girls from Olapo Junction.
Olakwa. And that's my
From Olapo
my
Junction to the school
Yeah.
on a bike is like 25 minutes. 25
Mm.
minutes.
Mm.
Now imagine it in a vehicle. It's a long journey. And students trek this distance.
Wow.
To and fro. Do you understand? So we were doing, interviews, street cred at that area. And a woman said, "I'm a teacher. They don't pay me up to she said a bag of rice is 48K.
Yeah.
I don't earn 48K a month. Okay. But every morning I go to all my students' houses. I carry all of them. And all of us are going to school at the same time."
Wow.
Now I was moved to tears because imagine the passion that woman has. And she didn't say my students, she said my kids, my children.
Wow.
Do you understand? Every time I watch that or a video on that, it's on our YouTube channel. I'm like, she first of all she called the children her children. She goes to each, it's dedication. Now this is way above her pay grade.
Like every morning she goes to each house, collects
This
the
is
children.
way above her pay grade. She's not paid to do it. Her salary is barely enough for her and her family.
Wow.
But she does it. Why? She has passion for the job. One. Two, she believes that her children will come out to be something. And like God, that day I was looking at her, I was like, your efforts will not be in vain. God knows, eh?
Wow.
So when you see the passion, you know it. You see it, you recognize it, and it's that you should appreciate it. Imagine if that woman finished talking and somebody, when one of us in the whispers and said, they do now. She will not only feel hurt, she's going to start doubting what she's actually doing. So do not see passion and look down. It's very, very important. That woman taught her. You can see the excitement on her students' face seeing her. On her children's faces seeing her. We hold workshops with the teachers in all our school clubs. We tell them, aside the parents, you're the second adult a child sees more than every other person. Children spend 8 to 9 hours in school. Thereabouts. Not counting lessons and all that. Normal school day. They're seeing you. You're the adults they're seeing. Know what you tell these children. Know how you teach them. Know how you communicate to them. You might think it's normal talk, play. Another might understand what you're saying. Understand how to differentiate you being playful, being a child will not.
True.
As long as as far as they're concerned, you have talked your own, they have carried their own. Chicken now, finish, nothing else. Do you understand? So we should be careful what we say, especially if you're directly or indirectly involved in the life of a child. You should mind what you say, you mind how you say what you say. Do you understand? That was one of the sessions actually on the Sabi Your Right show that hit home.
True.
There are two other, they're deaf and dumb. I wasn't here. Funny enough, I wasn't in the studio that day.
Okay.
I was at the office and I was watching it online.
Oh wow.
I was watching it online and on it obviously uploads to our social media platforms.
Yes,
I watched it there. And it struck me. I started thinking, Imagine schools teach ASL. That's sign language, rather. I cannot. I was trying to learn the other day. I was like, where am I going to start? Imagine I'm somebody who is deaf or dumb or both, and I go to buy something and I sign to the cashier and she signs back. I swear I will cry out of joy. No, let's imagine it. Imagine inculcating sign language into the curriculum. Instead, they are removing health education. And I'm like, what were we doing when we were removing it? What were the people who are supposed to enforce these things? Wow, what were they doing? What were they fighting about when they were removing it? Do you understand? So if I thought about it and I said, if we could inculcate ASL, which is sign language, in the curriculum, it will go a long way. People associate someone being deaf to being dumb. They're actually two different things. Deaf is you can't hear, dumb is you can't speak. But both of them have one thing in common. They both use, sign language. So funny enough, those who cannot even, those people who have those difficulties cannot sign.
True.
It's hard before you see any of them sign in Nigeria.
True.
Do you understand? So most of them use Braille. It's one of the methods they learn. Most of them use Braille. They read and write with Braille, but it is not enough. I cannot read Braille. Do you understand? I can't read Braille. So I feel like if our education system needs to grow. It needs to be more inclusive. It needs to put in mind. We're talking about disabilities last week.
Yeah.
This is another form of it. It needs to have that knowledge that these people exist in society. These people are real. The everyday road I pass, they pass it. How do you make it more accessible for them because they have these physical disabilities? Do you understand? Imagine if we were streaming online now and there's somebody with that is signing what I'm saying. It's accessible to everybody. Not minding. Do you understand?
Sure.
Not minding your physical whatever. Do you understand? So it's that was another session that struck me as, wow, this is big. Another session that hit me too was like the tax session.
Yeah.
Because the person you brought to the studio, the lady that came and talked on tax,
Barrister Princess. Yes, I know CK.
She came twice.
Yes.
So I was going to see it twice.
Yes.
She talked on how to calculate tax.
Yes.
It was funny to me then because Whisper was scammed. Then we went to pay tax and we were scammed. Do you understand? So the fraud in the tax system is real.
True.
It's not something we're telling you from Has they said. It's something we have seen, we have experienced, we have noticed, we have been a part of. Do you understand? True. It was another topic that caused controversy because they're like, why are you telling me to pay tax when the government is not
doing anything? Yes.
Forgetting that we are not saying fight the government. No. We are saying do your own. They have the mind to hold the government. Because you cannot be wrong and be dragging wrong.
True.
Okay? So these are like the topics that resonated with me on the Sabi Your Right show. There are a lot more. Our last week discussion, our 2 weeks, I've been on air for like 2 weeks straight now. Yeah. Our last 2-3 weeks discussion was like really, really interesting on sexual harassment. Yeah. And people were like, harassment is only when you actually assault somebody, rape him. It's a lot bigger than
the guy that was like, hey, you guys should tell the ladies to stop dressing the way they dress.
He contradicted himself.
He now said that he cannot help it when he sees a lady whatever, the way he. So he's basically saying, because I cannot help it, don't dress the way you want to dress. And that really got us talking. I had to ask some guys, was it you when I left here? I'm like, okay, so what do you think about ladies dressing, the way they want to, maybe boobs up and butts up, whatever. Like say, it's quite offensive, Sha. It's offensive, Sha. I say, okay, but why you never talking the offended? Nothing for I don't pass that level. Wait now, do you understand? I'm like, okay, so I picked where the difference between the other guy is and wherever guy, whatever guy.
You know what he said that struck me? He said ladies should stop dressing indecently. That's in quotes because I don't understand what indecently means. Stop dressing indecently. And then he said, me, I cannot see a lady that is dressed well and talk to her. So what do you want? If you will not talk to a lady dressed well,
hey,
you also want to talk to a lady that is not dressed well.
Hey,
he hates you.
So I got confused. I was like, okay, what's your aim? What do you want? Okay, so seriously, if you're listening, we're not attacking you, right? So we're just trying to understand, but you can actually call back, if you want to buttress your point and all of that. And you're listening to Sabi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM. You can be part of the show. You can be part of the show. You can call in. You can, just let us know whatever topic or whichever topic we have treated that caught your fancy. Let us know what you think about it. And if you want to say thank you to us for bringing you the show for this long, then hey, let's do that now. The number to call is 0811 288 7887. Again, 0811 288 7887. Started by letting you know that this is apparently the last edition of Sabi Your Right on Heritage 88.7 FM. Like we are wrapping or capping up. Okay, if we aspire to humanity, we'll come up with something else. We have our boss here in the studio to let us know, but we have a caller on the line, so let's find out who this is. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Hello. Okay, sorry about that. Please do call back. It's your time to calling on the show. Yeah, you want to be part of it, please do call back again 0811 288 7887. Hello, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Yes, please, good afternoon. Welcome to the show. Okay, please, can you speak up? Yes, what's your name and where are you calling from? Oh, sorry about that. It just went off. Would like to hear from you again. So please do call back. In case you're out there, you want to be part of the show, 0811 288 7887. Again, 0811 288 7887. That's the number to call. Hey, we just I'm about to introduce the boss. She's my boss on the show. Without her, I wouldn't be here. They say when your boss there, your body go to shake because you don't know the one way you go talk now, a mistake. Everyone say hello to MJ, Mary Jacobs. You're welcome to.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show. It's so good to have you here.
Yeah, it's
Again.
exciting, right?
Happy New Year.
Same to you. We've not seen this year.
We haven't.
Happy New Year.
We haven't. Good to see you.
Thank you.
Okay, there's this call that's been trying to. I wish you can call now. I'm ready to take your call if you call now. So MJ, I was saying that we're wrapping this up, and it has been an amazing journey so far. And you have been either on the listening end, receiving end, or in the studio here with us. So I know that there's the voice note of how far it has been so far, but we won't hear you live. We want to hear you live. How far? How far has it been for you? Sorry. Let me just this call is very important. Hello? Hello? Okay, I hope we don't have challenges with our phone line, but for just keep calling, yeah? Thank you. Okay, back to you, MJ. So what's up?
I'm good. I'm excited for 2023, of course. And you're right. For days where I wasn't here, I was obviously listening and streaming live, getting feedbacks, reading reports and stuff. So it has been like a powerful journey. And I must add, Iberry, it wouldn't have been better than it is with you on radio. I mean, we are excited that we were able to get you to do this with us, and we have done a lot of key learnings. Now we know that we have learned a thing or two from this, and for 2023 we are hoping to repackage something from all the learnings we've gathered, finalize all our project reports and all of that, and then bring back something way better.
It must have been hectic.
Yeah.
Plenty challenges in the state, I tell you.
Yeah, a lot actually, and I think it's a starting point. And we are looking forward to what 2023 can be. Yeah.
Okay. Amazing. I'm so sorry about the phone line. I really cannot, decipher now what the challenge is. But yeah, I know you're seriously trying to reach out to us. please just keep the calls coming. All right. I've been trying to pick your call, but I don't know, keep bouncing back. But don't stop trying. 0811-288-7887. All right. 0811-288-7887 is the number to call. Let us know how far we have fared. If you enjoy the show, you want it back, you want it to be, you want it to, you don't back, you don't want us to go. You want every Thursday you open your phone, you on your put on your radio, you keep hearing this, so you can call. And you also want to be, part of the sponsorship of the program. It's allowed, you know. My boss is here, so she can answer all your questions. Okay, so okay, you might want to hurry with that. No, it's you. It's not the I didn't. All right, so still Sabi, you're right on Heritage 88.7 FM, and some of the topics we looked at, we looked at interference of culture in exercising our human rights. And I remember, some stories coming from Anambra State, a village in Anambra State and all of that, where you get pregnant out of wedlock, they will just pick an old man. That's you must marry an old
It
man.
happens in Imo actually.
Say again.
It also happens in Imo.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yes. It's actually a thing in southeastern Nigeria.
Oh,
Yeah, because I remember last year when the human rights watch we're having like a research
okay.
process, and they wanted to carry out the research in Nigeria, and they wanted to have this research in the northern part of Nigeria because for them, this is where this thing happens, right? So we reached out to some communities that we work with in Imo State, some from Itu Boma, some in Ngopala, some in Mbise, and all of that. We reached out to some communities, and they were young teenage mothers who were willing and eager to share their stories.
Wow.
And yes, even beyond the research, we've been engaging with a lot of them. So it's actually a thing. Sometimes they are married. I met one during the research who particularly said she was pregnant out of wedlock. The young boy was almost her age, and they couldn't afford it. They were still in school, and her family needed to give her to someone, so they married her to an older man
Wow.
whose first child was as old as her mother,
Wow.
right? So when the marriage was done, she had to stay home with the old man, feed the man, yeah, and nurse the man while having kids for them in the family. So she gave them the child, and that's also where the whole tradition thing of whoever pays the bride price owns the child. As if you're saying, I sell a she goat to you, and the pregnancy with the she goat is yours. So it's actually cuts across the southeast and south.
That story really caught my attention because I didn't grow up here, so it was kind of like, wow, what's going on? I can't imagine that. So we looked at some of the interferences of, culture in one having the best of her rights or his rights in our communities and all of that. And we also called on, in fact, remember we had a language teacher from a particular school here, and she beckoned on the traditional rulers, the Igwis, and from our local governments and all of that, to see how these laws, these traditional stuff can be bent a bit, to allow people to breathe fresh air. And we did mention that the world is transiting. The world is not static. There's movement forward. So if we keep with our old value system, if we keep with our norms and our just keep it and say, okay, this we are not moving from here. Hey, one day yes, people might start rejecting your community.
Of
I'm not
course,
from.
you get stuck.
Yes, I know people who say, no, I'm not from that village anymore. Where are you from, Ime? You never go back to the villa. You never visit village anymore. You don't visit your community. In fact, you disown your people completely. And now she's trying to look for where she's from. Trying to get said, no, I'm not part of Amazing, she's a lady. So the thing is, she'll be married to a guy and they'll probably take the guy's villa, whatever.
If that's
But
okay. If it's not so okay, they will still.
so it's a whole lot in there. The interference of culture in human rights is just way too much, way too much. And we're looking at a system where these things can be changed, be abolished, or be bent in a way that you don't hurt people while you're trying to exercise culture and all of that. And yes, last week, like she said, or 2 weeks ago, we talked about sexual harassment. And well, we actually did not see, like, I've been on the social media space listening to news and all of that. And we belong to media, we belong to this particular page from all over the country, right? We get news from Abuja, Lagos, Port Harcourt, and all of that, even from the north and all of that. So what the news that kept coming up, we didn't see much of, rape. We didn't see much of sexual whatever. But we got most of, murder incidents, just death from this, gunshot from this, cultists from this, as at, last year, 2 years, and all of that, most news we were getting was, oh, this one raped this, oh, this one did this, oh, so it was more like sexual harassment issues. So it goes a long way to see that the the whatever we're doing here with Whisper to Humanity in that direction is making its mark. It's making its mark because if in the whole news that came up this December, you can maybe count one or two cases, and then cases of murder, insecurity attacks, and all of that um, became higher than these other ones. That means people are actually taking caution and things are working around that area. And we also looked at insecurity. Now, this one was major for us here because of the insecurities that we have seen issues in the states. It's been huge. It's been crazy. Sometimes you're sleeping at night, gunshot, tut, 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 and you're wondering, where is this coming from? What's going on? We have had both from local governments to down to the city, INEC office being burnt, raided, policemen killed, and all of that. And it's really, really disturbing. Till now, we won't say that we have successfully dealt with security matter, but we have been able to loud it from this place to say that it's important that the lives and properties of Imolites are secured by the government that they put in power. So even though elections are around the corner, and we're saying people go get your PVC because there's seculars around now. Go get your PVC. Go get. We have a limited time to do so. Even if you're a media house, secular came out today. Today, if you're a media house and um, you want to be part of those investigating or following the election, you're supposed to report today online, do all of that. So the secular came out today for media houses. So it's okay to say, go get a PVC, go do this. But you see, this election period, it is important for the government. It is important for the state government to get their people secured. For people to be able to go out to vote, we have to have a peaceful environment. We have to know that I'm not going there to lose my life, you know, because nobody wants to go out when there are gunfires everywhere. So it's very important that this period, government, we're calling on government, calling on security agencies, from the police, so all of the organizations that care for the security of Imo Lights to make sure that everywhere is secured. I know, the festive period is winding down. People are going or leaving town, traveling back to where they came from and all that. But it's very important that we still have those checks and balances as far as security that was there during the festive period. Let it be tight in the city. During the election period, we want to go out and we want to vote. So please, from the table of Whisper to Humanity, we're saying, please make sure that the security is tight to the teeth. I've been talking and talking and talking. I will go right now and play you one more time that sound that we made for you. Okay. But if I get a call, of course, I will come back and take your call. Stay right here with us. Don't go anywhere. Okay. It's still Sabi You're Right on Heritage 88.7 FM and still your girl Eberry. I still have Barry Jacobs right here with me in studio. I've been trying to get your call. I'm so sorry, but I'm sure we can do that now because we just did a little technical work on this phone. And I'm sure it's up right now. So you can call 0811 288 Again, 0811 288 7887. If you call now, I don't pick it. Catch me outside, you pick it. Okay, so let me get back to you, MG.
Yeah.
So where are we heading from here?
Okay.
Am I going to go back to my house?
No.
So yeah, let's just know what's up with
Okay, so this year, 2022 was a year of recreating. So so 2023 is a year of going beyond what we have created. It's a year of implementation. We have gotten feedback from the radio. We have gotten feedback from every other project we're doing, and now it's time to recreate what can better be achieved. Of course, we want to come back on radio, but for now, of course, we're going to take a break from the radio until we're able to figure out what next and how best to answer the questions that were generated from the times in radio. And we are also taking more time to do a lot of digital innovative work that is giving more attention to, of course, the Whisper School Clubs, the Whisper Games, and the Whisper app. We're trying to do a lot of digital things that can give us more access to a global community, a larger community. During the period of the Sabi Your Right and the Whispers in Power, that's in the past 6 months, we were able to expand to 7 other African countries, and this is like a whole lot of work for us now in 2023, since the office in Imo here is like the headquarter office where we are operating from. It's giving like everybody much more work to do. Yeah, but at the same time, we hope that before the year runs out, we're able to put ourselves back in order and come back with something rebranded. We know that to an extent, over you don't have your right. So now we want to open up more conversations on how you can use those rights. And of course, we're going to be hitting back your radios as soon as we are set with that. But for now, we are just going to keep on doing all we can digitally. And if you're in a way, our whisper space is still very much open, especially for young people. We're still open to.
Okay, just hold your thoughts a bit. Hello, good afternoon.
Okay.
Welcome to the show. You're welcome, sir. What's your name and where are you calling from? Okay, please go ahead, Mr. Frank.
Hello?
Yes, I'm with you. You said you love the program.
Of course. The program is very, very nice. But I'm using this opportunity to suggest for Liverpool in order to speak more about the indecent things in our society. The way you see the way young girls my sister, it's not something to write about, honestly. There is kind of indecent dressing in society today. It's abnormal. Eh? Please, yes, I encourage your program. Please, I plead people to speak more about this phenomenon.
Okay, Mr. Frank, thank you so much for calling. I'm sure you have been listening. We said this is basically our last edition on the air. That's if you will hear Iberia again, it might be on another radio station, or maybe on another show, or maybe on this one, as as we move. So that's why we actually have been opening the phone line since for you to call, air your views, let us know what you think, and we appreciate the fact that you have said your mind. Thank you so much for loving Whispers and appreciating us for the work we have been doing so far. My boss is here. I'm sure she's getting all the records down and taking all the appreciation. Okay, so you're out there, you want to call, please feel very free. We don't have much time, actually wrapping up, but would love to hear you say something. Apparently, I have not been in the studio all of these days that I've been coming here all by myself. I have Omar. Omar, I'd like you to say something. Any of the mics open. Omar has been behind the camera. He's been doing an amazing job behind the camera. Omar, I know I've heard your voice on the recording, saying how far so far. But
Yeah.
I be bad person. I don't pretend you for the show. Let me know so I can ask for forgiveness now before we all come.
No, not at
Happy
all.
New Year, Omar.
Yeah, thank you so much. It's been an amazing period with this part to humanity. This part has opened my eyes, has opened my knowledge to know so many things about my right, most especially. Because most times before I met Whisper, if I'm traveling, like because of the way I'm looking, and police just stop the vehicle, I'll just be shaking.
Hey.
Not because I'm with anything.
Yeah, but because
Yes,
on the
because
trend so
yes,
far.
because of their thread.
Yeah.
Why are you looking like this? Why is your hair long?
Mm-hmm.
Why are you not
A lot
wearing
of why,
tie? Why are you
why?
not? So all of those things. But when I met with I noticed that it's my right to dress the way I want and to look good the way I feel like. So it doesn't freak me anymore.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Amazing. I just wanted to say thank you to you for being behind the, camera every other day and doing the job that you do for us.
Thank you so
It's been nice. And we have Ozichi. I tell myself. Ozichi. Oh, I told Ozichi she should be on radio. I don't know what she's doing. She should just be on radio and be talking. And be closing her eyes, be winking her eyes. Ozichi. Ozichi, it's been an amazing time with you, man.
You too. I wish I was on air more.
Yeah.
Because like the past 3 weeks I've been like, I'm like, why are we bringing guests?
Do you understand?
When are you ready to do this guest? Why?
No, it's been fun. You can have partners on air, but the banter can be messed up. But my banter with her has been, smooth. It has been amazing. It has been fun. So try.
I'm a smooth person.
Thank you so much, Ozichi, for all you do. Appreciate you. Yes, please. You're our final caller for today. Hello, good afternoon.
Yes, it's Frank. I'm calling back.
Okay, sorry. Yes, please go ahead.
Yes.
Your line is breaking, oh, Mr. Frank.
So I'm calling back. Yeah. I started calling. Next thing that is her right of the way he or she can dress. Eh? Of course, can people say can somebody make it on the road because of it is your right? Eh? To dress the way you think of if it is your right. Answer me please. Is it somebody's right to dress naked when immediately to walk on the street naked?
Okay, Mr. Frank, thank you. I think you got him wrong. He didn't say he went on the street naked. He was just talking about. I wish you can see him. He's on shorts. He's on a t-shirt, right? And then he has pretty long hair, dread, basically braided and all. And it looks cool on him. So he's saying once most force agencies once they just see you on once your hair is longer than normal, you are a suspect. Once you're probably on short and palm or any of this, there are these do you understand? It's just a challenge for them. Now they want to search you, now they want to do this, now they want to do that. And he's saying his style is not suit and tie. Do you understand? That's not his style. He's not saying that you should dress naked. If you dress naked, almost they will just take you to control or this other junction. That's not what he's saying. Okay, so I think you got him wrong. He's just saying, hey, the way forces harass young people, you see it now on our roads, don't you? When you go out, you see what happens around us. So I guess this is how far we can go on the show. MJ,
Yes, yeah. Thank you very much, Iberry. And thank you, Awari, for listening. And thank you for being excited and loving the show. And I want to say thank you, Iberry. I might have I might have chant, you might have chant Uzi and Omar, and but I don't think it's enough because I mean beyond here, there's a lot of work that goes in, and I want to thank the whole of Whisper team for all the work throughout this month in getting the fund, in making this happen with the pressure, and I'm so excited that we're doing it again in 2023. And I'm hoping that everybody can look out for us, check Whisper out on social media, and keep in touch. Let's do more wonders together.
All right. So, Owerri, thank you so much for enjoying whatever we do on air and staying here with my, husky voice every other Thursday. I guess this is how far we can go. If you have any show out there, you want Berry to jump on it, I am open. But make sure you have your money ready. I must say that. I love you, Owerri. We love you, Imo State. Thank you so much. You have yourself a great, great, amazing 2023. See you in future for more shows. Enjoy yourself. I forgot to say thank you to Heritage FM for putting us on air or allowing us to air this on the station. Big ups to Heritage FM. God bless you. Okay, so this is what we left for our like it's I love you very orange, not orange. That's my thing. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Yeah, you can.
I think I did feel it. What do you think? How does that go? It's very interesting. But sometimes the family just want to capitalize. I'm not sitting here to. Oh wow! Don't write me, man. Don't write me. No, I refuse to cry. I love you. I love you. Yeah. Thank you, my friend. Oh, all right. Thank you. You're gonna make me cry. Like I don't want to cry. Come on, take the camera. Everything, everything. Thank you. Entirety.
Yeah.
How can I hug you now? Not tired.
Okay, come on.